Only a regular day in Karon. The morning air in Karon was already warm when Leo stopped in front of Sun's place. He could still feel the training in his body, the pleasant ache in his shoulders, the light burn in his legs, the steady calm that always followed a good session. By the time he reached Patak Road, the day was just beginning to wake up. The street looked different this early, quieter, softer. Shops were still closed, metal shutters pulled down, signs dark and unreadable. A few scooters passed slowly, their engines low and unhurried. A stray dog slept stretched out on the warm concrete near the curb, completely unbothered by the world. Somewhere nearby, a small grill was already working. Garlic hit hot oil. The smell drifted through the air, mixing with sea salt and the faint sweetness of ripe fruit. A woman laughed as she talked to someone inside a shop, her voice carrying easily in the morning calm. Patak Road felt suspended between night and day, before the heat, before the tourists, before the noise. He checked the time on his phone, 7:41 a.m. Early, but maybe Sun was already awake. He lifted his hand to knock. The door opened almost immediately, like Sun had been standing behind it the whole time. Sun stood there barefoot, hair sticking up in soft, uneven directions, wearing an oversized t-shirt that slipped down one shoulder. He blinked once, then twice, clearly still waking up. For a second, Leo forgot how mornings worked. Sun like this, sleep-warm, unguarded, real, hit him harder than expected. There was no playful grin yet, no easy teasing, just Sun, freshly awake, eyes soft, mouth slightly open. "You know it's not even 8, right?" Sun said, voice low and rough with sleep. Leo smiled slowly. "I trained at 6. Sun squinted at him. "Of course you did." He stepped aside, still rubbing his eyes. "Come in then, morning menace." Inside, the place smelt faintly of soap and coffee. The house was quiet, empty. Guessed Sun's parents had already gone to the market for the restaurant. Sun moved toward the kitchen like muscle memory carried him there, pulling 2 mismatched mugs from a shelf. "You want coffee?" he asked, already filling the kettle. "Yes," Leo said. "Always yes." They stood close without trying to. Sun leaned against the counter while the water heated, shoulders relaxed, the hem of his shirt brushing Leo's arm. The silence between them wasn't awkward. It was comfortable, lived in, like something they'd practiced for years instead of weeks. Sun poured the coffee, added sugar to his own, none to Leo's, he remembered. That alone made Leo smile. They drank slowly, leaning against the counter, the fan humming overhead. Sun yawned and rested his forehead briefly against Leo's shoulder. Leo froze for half a second, then let himself relax into it. "You're warm," Sun murmured. "So are you," Leo replied. Sun hummed in agreement and stayed there a little longer. When they stepped back outside, the sun was already higher, spilling gold across the street. Scooters had begun to appear, shop doors opening, life easing into motion. "So," Sun said, locking the door, "what's the plan?" Leo thought for a moment. Breakfast, then the beach. Sun smiled, a very serious schedule. They walked towards Karon Beach, the road slowly opening up before them. The sea appeared between buildings first, wide, calm, pale blue, stretching endlessly beyond the sand. Even from here, Leo could smell the salt in the air. They stopped at a small, open-fronted restaurant on the other side. Plastic chairs stood beneath a faded awning, tables facing the water like it was the only thing that mattered. Sun ordered without asking, switching easily into Thai. He glanced at Leo once, half question, half confidence. Leo didn't stop him. The food arrived quickly. Rice, eggs, something crispy and fried, fresh fruit on the side. Leo watched the waves roll in while he ate, slow and steady like the morning itself. "So?" Sun asked. "Did I choose well?" Leo nodded. "You always do." Sun grinned. "Careful, that sounds like permission." After breakfast, the heat began to climb. They wandered, stopped, wandered again. By late morning, Sun pointed toward the water. "Jet skis?" Sun suggested. Leo raised an eyebrow. "That feels dangerous." Sun's grin widened. "Exactly."
10 minutes later, Leo was questioning every life choice that had led him here. The jet ski roared beneath them, Sun steering, Leo holding on, the wind tearing laughter out of his chest, whether he wanted it or not. They bounced over the water, spraying salt into the air, Sun shouting something he couldn't hear. They turned too sharply. The world tilted. Cold exploded around him. Leo surfaced sputtering, hair plastered to his face, laughter bursting out before he could stop it. Sun popped up nearby, eyes wide, then immediately laughing so hard he nearly sank again. "Are you okay?" Sun managed. "I think so." Leo wiped water from his eyes. Something tugged at his leg. He looked down. Sun. Sun followed his gaze, then froze. Leo's swim shorts floated past them, free and absolutely unconcerned. There was a beat of silence. Then Sun laughed so hard he had to grab the jet ski to stay upright. "Oh my God," Sun wheezed. "You lost your pants." Leo covered his face. "I hate you." Sun swam over, still laughing, and shoved the shorts back toward him. "You're never living this down." Leo pulled them on, shaking his head. "You're impossible." "And yet," Sun said, smiling softly now, "you're still here." They spent the rest of the afternoon swimming, floating, buying cold drinks, sitting in the shade. Sun talked about growing up near the sea. Leo talked about training, about places that blurred together until they meant nothing. As the heat softened and the sky shifted toward gold, they walked again along the water's edge, hands linked, skin still salty. "We didn't really do anything today," Sun said. Leo looked at him. "We did." Sun tilted his head. "Yeah?" "We laughed," Leo said. "That counts." Sun smiled warm and easy. They turned back towards town, shadows long on the sand, both of them tired in the best possible way. For Leo, it really was just a regular day in Karon, and somehow that made it perfect.